Trunks says his goodbyes to Goku, Vegeta, and everyone else after defeating Goku Black, and finally returning to a new timeline where he would meet another version of himself in Mai. However, suddenly without warning, his time machine is distorted, and he's plucked out of the time machine, and Mai is sent hurtling through time, and she eventually does end up in that alternate future. However, Trunks does not. He ends up on a different place. He ends up in the homeworld of the Council of Trunks. And if you do not exactly get what I'm referencing the Council of Ricks from Rick and Morty, where it's a bunch of alternate versions of Rick. This time it's a bunch of alternate versions of, about some Morty, Trunks. Trunks is obviously very confused as to what in the world has happened, where's his mind, what's going on. And then he's met by the alpha of all these Trunkses, apparently the oldest looking one, and he tells him that there's nothing to be afraid of. This is a safe haven for Trunkses, and they need all the Trunkses they can get for the upcoming storm. Trunks is very confused, and so the main alpha Trunks explains. He is the leader and founder of this council. The Council of Trunks are a bunch of alternate versions of Trunks from different timelines that can vary slightly and then drastically. And they all have faced the same calamity or will face the same calamity in their timeline. So they left their timeline and joined the Council of Trunks. And what they do is they help the Supreme Kai of Time govern time. However, they haven't been hearing a lot from the Supreme Kai of Time lately, so that might have something to do with it. Regardless, they recruited Super Trunks for this because they need to stop the upcoming threat, the one that's the biggest threat to every Trunks' timeline. And Super Trunks is still trying to bring this all in, but Alpha Trunks says, Son Goku. Think about it. In Super Trunks' timeline, Goku dies, therefore his timeline goes into ruin. And then later, Goku Black shows up, not technically Goku, but still a Goku, ruins that timeline. Goku is the biggest threat to everyone's timeline, and now there is a Goku out there who's a threat to the entire multiverse. And Super Trunks is like, what? What Goku could that be? They got Super Saiyan Blue tops. And Alpha Trunks walks through and explains to him that there are many different versions of Goku. And as they do walk through, they see many different versions of Trunks who are in the council. Some very slightly, some very drastically. They might have powers from another universe. They might be able to time skip, normal stuff. Anyway, Alpha Trunks tells them that he is very right. Super Saiyan Blue is usually a Goku's limit. However, they can obtain godlier powers like Mastered Ultra Instinct and the Ultra Ego forms. However, this Goku in particular has transcended time and space and could potentially destroy the multiverse. He's currently sitting in the void of nothingness, meditating like Jiren does. They don't know what he's doing. He hasn't moved in a while, and so they're keeping a close eye on him, and they need to take him out before he disrupts the timeline. And Super Trunks asks, well, how do you know he's evil? How do you know he's not a good guy? And Alpha Trunks explains to him that Gokus are the natural enemy of a Trunks. There is no other way around it, and this is the most powerful Goku in the universe, or in the multiverse. He's Goku 1,000,000. Some say that he challenged 1,000 Gokus and defeated them all in a single strike. And others say that there's another reason they call him Goku 1,000,000. He used Super Saiyan 1,000,000 and defeated 1,000,000 Gokus. That kind of power can't go unchecked. The Council of Trunks needs to take it. Trunks looks at Alpha Trunks and tells him that is ridiculously stupid. Just because somebody's powerful and usually is a natural enemy doesn't mean they're automatically evil. I mean, and if that's the case, if there's a Goku 1,000,000, where's the Trunks 1,000,000? And Alpha Trunks explained to him that no. they are the prey. He is the predator, but they can strike back. They have powerful heroes on their side, and all Trunkses are usually always good. So therefore, they can't be wrong, and they're even appointed by a time god, the Supreme Kai of Time. So I mean, to go against this would be like saying God is wrong. And Trunks just looks at him like, are you freaking stupid? So Alpha Trunks tells him that if it makes him feel any better, they're not going to kill him. They have recruited some artifacts from across the multiverse to neutralize 1 million Goku. This will either imprison him inside of this artifact or just pop him out of their multiverse. He will not die. However, if one of the Trunkses do manage to kill him, then, I mean, SOL on him. Trunks asked if he could talk to 1 million Goku and just see what this guy is about. Maybe he's not a bad guy. Maybe there doesn't have to be a war. Maybe nobody has to die. And the Alpha Trunks tells him, okay, fine, you get 5 minutes. Time Breaker Trunks or Time Skipping Trunks will take you to the Void of Nothingness and let you interrupt his meditation. If Super Trunks ends up dying, then they are immediately going to attack and they will do more than just try to kill. But Super Trunks has one shot at this. If he screws it up, game over. Super Trunks nods at this and then says that when this is all over, whether he dies or not, Alpha Trunks is going to send him back to his timeline with Mai and everything. And Alpha Trunks nods and says, okay, go ahead. Time Skipping Trunks uses his time skip to take him and Super Trunks to the Void of Nothingness and talk to 1 million Goku. Which at first, Super Trunks tries to talk to him, like waving his hands around, but like, hey, I exist, acknowledge me, all that. And nothing happens. And then when they're about to leave, Super Trunks is looking at Time Skipper Trunks like, he's harmless, nothing will happen. I mean, he can't even sense the energy off this guy. I mean, surely he's not as big a threat as he is making him out to be. I mean, he don't even sense God Ki. And then 1 million Goku slowly tilts his head up with an evil smile and says that it's been a long while since anyone's been stupid enough to come down to the Void of Nothingness. And Trunks, no less, 2 of them. This must be interesting. I wonder what happened to 1 million Trunks. Ah well, he must have been killed in their battle eons ago. Anyway, if he's dead now, then that's nothing to worry about. Since Super Trunks has decided to wake him up, he is now going to destroy Super Trunks along with the entire Council of Trunks. I would like to call it a battle, but the Trunkses stood no chance against 1 million Goku's power. Even with the Universal Seed, the Namekian Healers, and the entire Council of Trunkses, not any of them stood a chance. Even the God Ki wielders, such as the God of Destruction Trunkses, they raced in and were able to actually pass his 1 million Goku's Ki barrier. However, the other ones, they were just destroyed by 1 million Goku's violent Ki. And when the Trunkses of God's Destruction level made it through, they were able to touch him, but he didn't even bat an eye on destroying them. They're nothing to him. Mere pests. Even with this universal shaking power, multiversal shaking power, it wasn't enough to get his attention. It wasn't enough to get his challenge. The one he had been craving for so long. The one that he went into meditation to wait for. With Super Saiyan 100, 1 million not being enough, he decides to use a transformation that does bring out all of his God Ki to the absolute fullest. One he learned while the crisis last time was going on. He transforms into Super Saiyan Infinity. And this does get someone's attention. The Supreme Kai of Time, Kronika, watches over this and is worried about the events about to unfold. However, she is soon notified that a new warrior is entering the fray. One summoned by the previous Supreme Kai of Time, the ancestor, Eos.
She said to have known things coming that even the Supreme Kai of Time now does not know. But Eos is putting together a team of warriors meant to battle the Great Darkness in one final duel. However, this duel has not yet come, and she did not want to have to summon even one of them until it was properly time. But now the time has come. If she does not act now, then the entire multiverse, the Omniverse, could be destroyed. So Eos, sends future Goku to meet 1 million Goku to recruit him for the coming war. Eos has been orchestrating timelines so that these warriors do come into existence so they can defeat the Great Darkness. And now all she has to do is let future Goku have his duel with 1 million Goku so he can finally be recruited in a team to save the Omniverse.